Hello again, I am Blunty. Follow, subscribe, thumb, comment, share. Oh god, why do I have to say this? You're not all morons, right? You know that if you like a thing, there are ways to see more things by a thing maker like me, right? Just do them if you feel like them. Thanks. Me, Blunty, this Minecraft Dungeons. It finally popped into Hungry Gamer hands yesterday after an extra month's worth of waiting than we had been originally expecting. Thanks, Covoid virus, you poophead, ruining the world and everything around you. And I spent a few hours last night, day one, hour one of the launch, live streaming it to my wonderful, supportive and curious Twitch peeps. There were many often asked questions as curious folks filtered into the stream as we went along, none more so than inquiries about the Nintendo Switch version. First though, here's the 3 things you need to know in general about this game, if you're curious and haven't bought it yet. 1. If you like Diablo-style dungeon crawlers, you'll probably super love this also, unless your masculinity is so fragile you're scared off by its more family-friendly presentations. I've seen a couple of people complain that this is too kiddie or too childish. Imagine living your life that joyless and that terrified of just things that aren't soaked in blood. Good lord. And 2, if you've never ever played Minecraft or even watched Minecraft being played, you'll still be fine in this game. It's just Minecraft inspired in look and style. The game itself is completely different. You don't have to know anything at all about the mechanics of the original Minecraft to enjoy this. When I say original Minecraft, I mean the main Minecraft, core Minecraft, vanilla Minecraft, Minecraft Prime, that's what I missed, Minecraft Prime, that's what I'm going to stick with here to save confusion. And 3, if you do love Minecraft Prime, you'll adore the charms of the Minecraft stylistic interpretations and inspirations that this game uses. And like I said in the opening, by far the most frequently asked question I got while streaming last night was, not terribly surprisingly, is the Switch version good? Now, I was playing on PC, on my nice fat extreme gaming PC, Ryzen 2600, RTX 2060, nothing spectacular but chonky by PC gamer standards, so I had all the graphics pretty stuff turned on and up, and I was running at a locked 60 frames per second. You can uncap the game on PC, by the way, but for the sake of screen tearing and other artifacts, for the stream viewers, I tend to lock at 60 while streaming anything. Now, obviously, as the Switch is superb but comparatively weak gaming device when compared to the average gaming PC and even base-level models of the Xbox and PlayStation, we can expect a few compromises. Of course we can. But overall, it's not too bad. That said, it's not great either. The game absolutely needs more work on the Switch. It was already delayed an extra month. I think it could have used an extra month or 2 cooking, actually. The biggest issue is not the fact that it runs at 30 FPS, 30, not 60. Oh, glorious 60. Although, obviously, for action RPG-style combat, a 60 FPS or above experience does make combat feel noticeably nicer. Even if you're one of those people who can't sort of visually tell the difference, it feels nicer at 60. It just feels snappier, more responsive, cleaner. And the big issue is not that some of the textures look worse, or that the lighting and effects and bloom are worse or simply not there on the Switch. Kind of expect that on the Switch, really. No, the issue with the Switch version is performance instability. Now, I don't have fancy-ass tools to make graphs out of my frame timing, such as you might see on videos from my favorite graphics nerds, Digital Foundry. How you doing, boys? So I don't need them fancy-ass tools to show you the issue here, though. I just need to slow things down, and you can see it for yourself with your normal human eyeballs. Frame pacing is all over the damn place. This is not even close to a nice clean 30 FPS lock. There's stutters and hitches aplenty on the Switch. It just swings wildly in some places and hitches up and catches. Oh my goodness, no. Not all the time, mind you, but fairly consistently in some areas, mostly ones with lots of foliage and trees, it seems to me. Inside darker dungeons, it does run noticeably better. Now, while this doesn't ruin the game, and for the most part, it's tolerable enough. It is very distracting at best, and at worst, if it starts pooping the bed like this in the middle of combat, it can be a bit of a serious danger to itself and you. Now, for the PC gameplay you're seeing recorded here, I'm actually running it at 1440p, and I've used the in-game menu options to scale down the HUD a bit, as by default, the same as it uses for consoles. It's a bit big and intrusive for PC at the desk play. So if you are wondering why the hotbar is different sizes, that's why, no other reason. And the resolution really isn't doing much either. When you're dealing with voxel-inspired graphics and deliberately 8-bit style textures, 1080p, 1440p, and 4K are really more or less meaningless, just as they are for the most part in Minecraft Prime. In fact, I'd happily sacrifice even more visual fidelity on the Switch version just to nail it to 30 FPS at least, because the jitter and stutter really is quite a problem for how the game feels. It doesn't interrupt gameplay too much, or very often at least, but it does feel a bit nasty. The game is far from unplayable on Switch. It certainly spends most of its time at or just below 30 FPS, and in fact I got pretty lucky on some of my loot drops. I was having so much fun playing on the Switch trying to record some stuff for this very video, I played for way longer than I'd planned. I had to force myself to stop, so it's not like the game isn't any fun on the Switch. And I don't have Xbox Game Pass, so I can't compare it against the Xbox One and One X. And I'm not going to buy it a third time just for the PlayStation version, but I'd expect those two will run the game just fine there. Anyone who is playing either of those versions, how does it feel to you? Leave a comment down below. Is it running at 60, out of curiosity? I tried Googling it, but I couldn't find any obvious answers. It is, we're still within the first 24 hours of the game, so I guess not a lot of people are poking around it. They're all having too much fun to examine it. But even still, even if it does run at 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X or something, a game like this really does feel at home on a console you can snatch up for handheld play. So if I was buying a console, I would probably still go for the Switch version even then. And I'd expect patches will come to help refine performance. Hopefully by the time they patch in cross-platform multiplayer, which is not there as it stands on launch day, and fingers crossed, perhaps even multi-platform cloud saves, so I can seamlessly move from a premium PC experience to a slightly compromised but wonderfully convenient Switch experience, just like I do with stuff like Dauntless. In any case, I wouldn't be scared off the Switch version just because it's a bit chunky in some places. So if you were playing wait and see on this title, I think it's safe to pull the trigger. It's not ideal, but it's not a catastrophe, and the game itself is super fun. Fun enough to overcome the little hitches here and there, in my opinion. That said, I still will be playing most of my time on the PC, I expect, at least for now. Hopefully this was helpful to some folks. Thanks for watching. Super duper thanks to my spectacular patrons. You know I appreciate you, and I would suggest you pop a follow on my Twitch channel, as I will undoubtedly be streaming a fair bit of this. And also I'm planning to do some community co-op sessions. Sounds fun, right? Come along. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.